Good afternoon, good evening, everyone in the world. Welcome back to our platform. I'm Drew. We are Option 4 Podcast. I'm always joined by the second half of the show. GQ Nestor, how you doing today?
What it do? What it do? I'm good. I'm good.
You feeling Gucci?
I'm feeling Gucci.
How are you feeling Gucci? How did you get to the Gucci? Describe that level.
You know what I mean? Nothing a Pacifico, a little tall can can't like cure in the morning. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But first, talk to God, pop one up after. You know what I mean? Celebrate him.
Wait, what are we popping? Oh, a Pacifico. Okay.
Pacifico, yeah.
You know, that's it.
Does God have one with you?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Virtual.
Okay.
Virtual.
All right.
I mean,
All right, and ladies and gentlemen, joining us in the studio today is someone who I consider to be like limitless, right? So one, it's been a very, very long time coming. So thank you. Thank you for being here,
Absolutely.
right?
Thank you.
It's my belief that intelligence is acquired through, research and application, but it's mostly acquired, in my opinion, through living experience, right? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Wonder Woman herself, Miss Cody Ray. How are you doing today?
Thank you so much. I'm doing fantastico.
I'm digging them shades though. I'm digging them.
You like them?
Yeah.
So retro, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I did the Dorothy red shoes with the Dorothy blue dress, and I'm feeling like a fire hydrant right now with my orange hair based on my Leo sensitism.
Okay. You looking like you got some plans after this. Where are we going?
I'm going to the beach.
Okay.
So this is coming off, bikini's going on, and it's gonna be fun. A lot of fun, a lot of sun rays, a lot of water.
Nice. Nice.
built different.
How
right?
are you feeling today?
Amazing. Every day I feel amazing. Usually I wake up, first thing I do is thank the creator. I go right outside. I wake up, I probably drink some water, run to the bathroom, and then I go outside. Even if my eyes are not all the way open, I just want to get the rays on the body within the first hour of the morning.
Do you wear shoes in your house?
I do not. Sometimes if I'm in a rush, I have to run back to get, I'm not going to take my shoes off. But typically if people come in my house or when I come home, I don't really like to track outside into my home, especially where I sit, watch TV on my carpet.
Because I've been hearing a lot lately that it's like taboo to have shoes on. Like, most people's been, you got carpet, you take your shoes off. But no, they were saying you can stay grounded that way. So if your first thing in the morning, your feet, you get out of bed, your feet hit the floor, it grounds you. But if you're wearing house shoes, slippers, you kind of...
It depends. Grounding actually occurs when you're standing on something that is natural. So if you're standing in the house, you're not getting grounded.
Okay.
You have to go outside and stand in the grass, on the soil, in the dirt, in the sand, against a tree. I do a lot.
Okay.
If I need to drain out the day, I'll walk down the street to the park, take my shoes off, and just lay back on the tree. And then I make my intentions to clear my energy. And then I feel like the energy of the tree just neutralizes all that, the earth, that's part of the earth. So it neutralizes all the negative dense energy that you've picked up throughout the day. So.
Any crystals with that?
I used to do a lot of crystal work. I don't need to now. I don't need to.
You
now.
lost them, and then that gave you the hint of you didn't need it anymore.
No,
or?
I think what happens is with energy work, you start working with different tools, and then you start gravitating to other tools, and then you see what's working best for you.
So what kind of tools are you on right now?
Me.
Yeah.
Me.
It is her tool.
I'm the tool. I'm working a lot. Honestly, in the last couple of days, I've been working a lot with my breath energy, breathing into the heart chakra and breathing out of the bottom of your spine into Mother Earth to neutralize that energy. Once I clear that, I clear out everything that is not me. So any energies or ideas that came to me through the collective, through hanging out with you or him or whoever, I put all that outside of my energy field, and then I clear, and then I fill back in with Prana Life Force energy through my crown chakra. And then when I see the light, I see my body lighting up. I see my heart and pink diamond just lighting up. That's when I know that I'm clear. And then that's when I put up my field for the day. I spin it, and then I go out, and then you can be saying something crazy. You had a horrible day. The world is horrible, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just looking at you, and I'm like, I remember saying that. I remember thinking that.
You're gonna want to keep my energy though. My energy's cool.
No. I keep energies that are aligned with my own. So if someone's making a comment that's super negative, I don't judge it, but I can see the stagnance in it, the lack of fluidity in it, and then I'm like,
The vibration.
The vibration is a little too low for me. Sometimes I won't even catch it because my vibration's so high. I didn't even hear you say that. I'm over here. Life is good. I'm excited to be alive. I get to breathe today. I get to meet you and laugh with you and talk with my kids and sing and so right now everything else is kind of not that important. You know what I mean?
That's
and you only
right there.
only remember that when you're present.
Hell yeah.
If you're worried about the past, the future, you're not gonna remember.
We're gonna talk about that.
You feel me?
Yeah. Cody, move your mic to your left.
My left. Is that better? 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah. I just don't want it to cut your face off, so you can move it more.
More?
There you go.
Is that better?
Yeah, we're good now.
Hey.
So you're originally from New York, right?
Yeah.
We talked
I
about
was born
that.
in Brooklyn.
Okay, so what, in your opinion, what is the biggest difference when it comes to business between New York and LA? Business.
To be honest with you, it depends on what business sector you work in. So if you're in the fashion industry, then New York is clearly better. But if you're an actor, LA is probably better. New York is good, but LA is probably better for movies.
Okay.
If you're an actor and you're into theater, then New York is better. So it
traditional.
Right. It really depends on your sector. For me, I was in all of the above, but music specifically. And I found that if I wanted producers that played a lot of live music, a lot of live instruments, I found that I had more places to go here to create than I had in New York, where I feel like a lot of times when I went to the studio, things were programmed. Sounds were programmed, which there's nothing wrong with that. But for me at that time, I was inspired by natural sounds, organic music at that time. So I didn't hear that much melody or words. Were not inspired as much when I was listening to something that was programmed as opposed to something organic just sitting with me in the middle of the room with an acoustic guitar and we're just playing. So there's nothing like that. And for me, I acclimated to that way of creating something new, something that the world has never seen, and tapping into that part of me that I haven't even seen yet, that I want to see. So, we would have so many fun, amazing experiences creating music that if I explained it to you, you'd be like, that's creating music? I'm like, yeah, it's whatever you want it to be. It's what it was for me, so I manifested that. It must have been because I needed it.
Sure.
And that's why I'm here now.
Do you give classes on your way of thought?
I feel like I give classes every day of my life, honestly, and I love it. I'm so honored that I get to help people I love and care about, and even strangers that need advice. Like anyone, if they ask me for anything, or if I even overhear them speaking, I'm like, oh, you know what? All you have to, no, don't listen to him. This is what you do.
What's your sign again? I know you said it. What's your sign again? What's your sign?
I'm a Leo. I'm a
Dominant.
I am dominant. My natural inclination is to be dominant. However, if you're an aware Leo, then you're aware that you have the propensity, natural inclination to do that. And sometimes it's not the right time. And if you understand how to read the room and be present, then you know when it's like, all right, that's just me, Janet. Let me let them see. Let me maybe ask a question instead of make a statement about what I think. You understand? So if you understand how to work with the energies to keep things fluid, it sometimes gets so tight and dominating all the time. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. And I'm
She's
okay.
A killer. She's a killer. She's a killer.
I know. I know what I am, but I also know how to cultivate it in a way where it serves us all. You understand?
That's important.
Leader.
Yeah.
Right there, boss lady. Right there.
Yeah.
Speaking of balls, all right. Speaking of balls, hey, good job. That's what I'm talking about. You must have read my notes. No. All right, but you own your own management and entertainment company, right? Can we talk about that?
Sure. Yeah.
All right, give us the name. What's the goals and your vision behind what you're doing? When did you launch?
I would say I launched probably about 12 years ago when I started with influencer, my daughter, Kima Russo, who's huge now. She's got like 4.5 or 4.6 million followers now on just one platform. And then also a few years later with her brother, who is now at over 7 million followers on all of social media. I'm so proud of them. My little baby seeds, I'm really proud that I gave them advice that helped imply what kind of freedom expression that they would have in life, and they took it. To me, it was a little later to the game to figure that out, but once he saw Kima, doing her thing, not having to go to a 9-to-5 and some boss telling you what to do every day, and you're just miserable, and you're just chasing money. You're chasing money because you want freedom. You want peace, right? So I said, you know what, kids, y'all, I love college. College is great. Yes, try to go to college. Absolutely. I went to college. I graduated from college. College is awesome. College, it feeds its purpose. I get it, but is it necessary? Is it vitally necessary for everyone to go? Not necessarily. It just depends on what your purpose is in life. What are you choosing to give back to the mere fact that you exist? You get to exist, so what am I gonna do? Let me see how I can help out. Let me see. We got a lot of things that well, how do I help out? What do I love to do? What am I inspired to do? I taught mine, and I teach my influencers. I say, let's do what you love to do. I told mine too. I said, I want you to call me a ma. Oh, I'm having blah, 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 we're on the boat, blah, blah, blah. I want you to live a life of making money in abundance based on doing what you want to do every day. What is your highest excitement? Follow that and the money will come. And my daughter's never worked a day in her life. She just bought a multi-million-dollar house 10 minutes away from us. She's doing quite well, and I've very rarely seen her without a huge smile on her face. And I've very rarely seen her not making millions of people smile too. So I'm extremely proud. And my son, the same thing. He's just so inspiring. He is, for him to, because he's into motorcycles and cars and things like that, and recreating them and characters. And I remember when he was little, I was like, don't take the bike down the street. You can only go to the edge of the drive. And then you're like, where's Tamir? I haven't heard anything in an hour. He's way down by the school on his bike, 9 years old. So I was like, but who knew that it would turn around someday and be huge and inspire so many people? He inspires so many young men, and he's so charming and loving and kind and just great at what he does. I'm really happy that I could give that to him as another spirit. I'm glad we came this time together with my crew of spirits, my soul family, mine. I get it. I'm like, okay, all right, we're doing this.
Now, how hard was the buy-in though? You know what I'm saying? You have your way of thought, your train of thought, and you know what I'm saying? And you're instilling, it's almost like you're instilling your values and your morals. Yeah. You're teaching that to your children. So was it easy for them to adapt and be like, all right, mom's know what she's talking about, all right? When did they become a believer and was just like, you know what, I'm listening to you from now on? Was it a struggle in the beginning?
Not with Kima. I think with Tamir, he's more like his father, more as a matter of fact. And, well, if this doesn't do like this, then this is not going to happen. You know, I'm more like, you could do whatever and this will still happen. Let me tell you how. So we have a different, and he's more like that, where he's like, well, I have to get a job at the mall and do what all the other kids do and make money through college and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, I'm a bit of a dreamer, I would say. And Kima was more of a dreamer too. And she's just like, well, let's try it out. And then sure enough, you know, after, you know, Kima comes home with an i8, a Mercedes, you know, and she's not even working. She's just taking amazing pictures of what she loves to do every day. I think that's when Tamir was like, okay, maybe mommy knows what's going on. What we done? So yeah.
Oh, what? Chaos, what? Nah, it's all good.
Yes, and we're still not finished yet because
sure.
We got a lot of stuff more to do. Yeah.
All right, so let me see. I think, all right, so you know, me and you have been having conversations for quite some time now, yeah. Right? And I know that you had or still have a passion for theater, like being an actress, right? Mm-hmm. Was that kind of a motivation for you to start your own company? Like your experience trying to break through and do your thing as an actress? Like what inspired you to start the entertainment company?
Definitely not acting. I would say I was gonna be an actress no matter company or no company. You don't need a company to become an actress, so that wouldn't have made sense in my mind. I did the company because I realized that after working with Kima and building her up and it blew, and then Tamir and then it blew, that I was onto something. And other than music, other than acting, I was onto something else, something that was, I feel, predicated on my education in college as a marketing student. And I did minor in theater, but marketing and business was my major. And so I felt like, gosh, I feel like I could sell anything. I could probably sell a burnt piece of toast to someone and make you think it's gonna be really good. Because I do know how a little bit of the crusty burnt edges taste good, right? The butter is just right and you get it right hot out of the up. Right? Am I convincing you already a little bit?
No, I mean, I've just been in situations where I had to eat some burnt toast.
You know, you like crusty toast?
So we all know.
Burnt toast? Who doesn't eat burnt toast?
I love it.
Bro, you were mad about like burnt steak, bro.
Bro, that's we're talking now, but I'm just saying, I've eaten.
That's my point. She sold you.
I'm not going to throw it away. I'm not going to throw it away. I'm just not. I'm going to eat it.
Yeah, I don't like throwing stuff away either. I don't like throwing away food unless it's messed up. I'm not eating it messed up. But yes, so anyway, I veered from the subject. I got confused for a second.
Reel it back in.
Okay. So marketing and acting, right?
Right.
Definitely that wasn't why. It was because of Kima.
Okay.
Once I started doing it and I loved it, I was just like, oh, you know what? I see you. I want to help you see you. And then everyone else is going to see you and you're going to be able to do this forever. You're going to be able to create whatever you want because just you being you is so powerful and magnetic that you lift everyone. You keep coming back to see more of you.
Right.
So guess what? The big job here is just to be yourself. I get to teach everyone how to get to know themselves and love themselves and fall in love with themselves and treat themselves amazing, and then they treat everyone else the same. Everyone in their circle benefits from that. Everyone in the world out there watching them benefits from that. And I get to teach that. I get to guide that. I get to nudge you. Oh, you know what? That's too bad. But you know what we should do? Oh, look at it like this. Oh, you know what? Consider this. You know what? I saw something here is really beautiful. Let's expound on that. That would be fun. Have you done that? No? Let's do it. Let's do it this week. Right? And then next thing you know, you're skiing in Colorado, right? You're in Italy. You're in blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, So what do you think now? What should we do? Should we do a movie? Let's go. Let's create. Let's go. Let's show people how it's done, how to connect to themselves and be better and make everyone else better. It's one thing. So conceptually, I'm understanding now that it's all one thing.
Okay.
And it took me a while.
I was about to say, were you always like this? Like
No.
when did?
I'm taking my glasses off because
Yeah. When did you recognize, not for one, the transition that you had to make, whether mentally, spiritually, and then where you recognized that maybe it was your role in this life or in this realm to where you needed to impart that information, this way of thought upon others? When did you recognize that?
I would say when I moved here. I believe that even when I was in New York, people were like, "Are you from LA?" And I was like, "No, but I want to be. I like LA. I like movies. I like all the bright light. You know, I think I do." But then when I got here, I was a little surprised. I thought everything was going to be like Beverly Hills. I didn't really know what Mexicans were. I only knew Puerto Rican, Cubans. So when I met Mexicans, I was like, "Oh, who are these little people? They're so cute. They're so sweet." And I was like, "Wow, they look like my ancestors, American Indians, Aztecs, Incas." I was like, "Oh shoot, this is so cool."
Can I get 2 of those? Like,
And then, but it was such a beautiful unfolding of awareness to see more of me, right? Because we're all the same. We just have our physical shell outside of us, but the biggest side of us is consciousness, right? And consciousness is connected. That's why when I smile at you, you smile at me.
it's very convincing. I love bird toast too.
You can feel it. Yeah. So I'm like, oh shoot, this is really cool. So it's been, to me, when you move to LA, they say the land of lost souls. I feel like you do lose yourself a little bit to find yourself completely. I think when you get that far away from yourself, it freaks you out. And you're like, oh shoot, I need to find some grounding. I need some foundation. And it's crazy out here. I can party every night. These people are crazy. Right. And I feel like that whole thing gets you to look within and say, okay, what is going on?
So
what am I supposed to be doing? What are they doing? What am I doing? Where's this going? All those questions, right? So LA has been a really big blessing to me from that aspect because it opened my eyes to see myself, it helped me, and it also allowed me the fortitude to help other people to see themselves and then show others. So I love LA. I love LA.
Why wouldn't you?
I love everywhere. I love New York too. Don't get me wrong. New York is home. I love Jersey. I can find something beautiful about everywhere that I go. And I'll tell you why. It's because I feel beautiful inside my body. So it doesn't really matter where I'm at. I see beauty. I see all of it. You can be like, oh, this restaurant sucks. I'm like, it is a dive bar. My outfit totally doesn't go, but the music's so cool. Yeah. Right? The beers are gonna be amazing, or the fries are so dope. Like, don't stress about what you see here. We're gonna joke the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, that's perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They always say in the military, used to teach us to hunt the good stuff, regardless of your situation. Your current situation may look grim or whatever, but try to find something positive. Anything, any experience, you know what I'm saying, that you're dealing with. You know?
If it's a training of the mind, we've been programmed to be in a place of fear. So we're always programmed to look for something that's off or wrong, or we're highly critical. And so when someone does that, and I do it gently, because I used to be like that, and it's a little embarrassing when you're being negative. Someone's like, oh, you know, I feel good though. It's just like, okay. But the reality is this, we all been there. The reality is that you have to train your mind, program yourself to see the good, and then the universe, this is the trick, will start sending you more stuff to appreciate more. Oh, you want to keep seeing good stuff? I'm going to keep giving you things to be excited about, because you are co-creating with the creator of all that is. You do have prana life force energy in your cells. You do make more people out of your body, right? Out of our visions, out of our thoughts, out of our dreams. We make studios, right? We bring people together to do. So we are creating with the creator of all that is, right? So it makes sense.
Who does she remind you of?
Oh, there's like you can put like all combined into one.
But no, I linked her with Kathy because I was like, yeah.
No, but she makes a very like I want to say very precise and particular point. Is like there is no right or wrong, right?
There isn't.
And
yes,
like I tell you all the time. And then
here we go.
No, I'm just saying.
Here we go.
I'm
Dolly
just saying.
Mama, speak to me.
No, I'm just saying. We were talking about it in the previous episode. It's just there's always a silver lining to everything. You just have to look at it. That's it. And if you look at it enough, that's all you're gonna look. You're gonna find the positive even when you're fucking drowning. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, so I'm just saying, she is elaborating everything that I tell you. The only difference is that I don't put little disclaimers. I don't put a little warning. You might feel like shit, but you just gotta get out of it. You'll be all right. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only difference. But
I do that because I think it's humility. I don't want you to ever think, well, I know and you don't know. I want you to know that I only am figuring this out because I humbly already been where you are. So it's okay. But try this out and maybe this might work for you.
Yep.
That's a different approach than my way's the right way. You just don't know. And
I know.
The
norms, right? They're stupid.
We don't need to do none of that.
We don't need
Nobody's
we don't
better
need the
than
norms.
anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not playing that game. It's no such thing. I don't care how much money you have, how hot your body is. I don't give a damn. At the end of the day, the reality is that
it's your path.
You are consciousness. You're consciousness. I am consciousness. We're using these physical bodies to play.
Yeah.
To learn, to evolve.
We're like an energy machine.
Yeah.
Right? Like everything is not only we're all like we're run by emotions, but like the energies that we carry, either they could be positive or they could be negative. It's up to you. It's how you want to like carry yourself. And
yeah, there's low vibration, there's low vibratory events, there's high vibratory events. There's low vibration thoughts, there's high vibration thoughts. That's all there is. The good and the bad is just how the human brain needs that in order for us to be able to comprehend exactly where to sit it. Where is this in the picture? This is bad, this is good. That's not the reality is that a bad car accident is low vibration. Going on a cruise and it's wonderful, you get home safely, that's high vibration. Cursing at someone and it makes them low vibration. Telling someone they look very beautiful, high vibration. It's common sense. My mother always pressed that. My mother's a very old school, militant, light skin. She was mixed, so light skin but militant, strong Leo. So she was just very big on certain lessons. Yeah. Very, very big on certain lessons, and it stuck with me a long time.
The simplicity of it, though. You know what I mean? Like you're not trying to say something crazy. It's just very simple. It's like love yourself, and then everything will follow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just
love everything.
Yeah.
What? But start with yourself.
No, 100%.
If you figure out how to love yourself, then you can love everything.
Yeah.
Because you have to forgive yourself, right? You have to understand yourself. You have to be empathetic with yourself.
You know how long that really takes if you put it into a time perspective is all you have to do is let it go. You let it go and you keep moving. Like next thing you know, you're somewhere where you wouldn't even imagine, right? But it's always the mind tricks that you're like, you know, you overthink or you always feel like you have to prove a point. No, you don't. Not everything requires energy. Not everything requires a reaction to something. You know what I mean? You just have to just pick your battles and just keep going. Like, I'm telling you, maybe it's the alcohol, maybe it's the weed, whatever it is, it helps me, and that's all that matters. You know what I mean? Like,
you're sinking and stuff like that. You were once. Are you still signed with Jive? Were you signed with Jive Records back in the day?
Jive Records doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
When I signed with them, they had they closed right after. It was right when all the labels were closing. They're having a lot of. I feel like a lot of the labels at that time were having a lot of shifts, a lot of coming together of different labels, and then a lot of. I feel like they were losing money, possibly that was behind it. I wasn't really that sure. It was just talk. So right after I got my deal, it closed. So it was like, okay, well, I can, get shifted to another place and maybe get, shelved and maybe reshop and start with new. And I was just like, no. Okay, I'm tired. So I'm going to go to LA and sit for a second and figure out what I want to do. Because I'm not going to keep chasing. I'm going to keep chasing stuff. So universe, that you don't want me to do that right now. What are we supposed to be doing? So I put myself into mastering alchemy classes so I could learn energy, so I could figure out what is going on. Because after that, I was like, okay, I usually manifest everything I want. I was like, I'm going to be in a movie spike. I was in a movie spike. I'm going to work with so-and-so, and then I did that. Everything I'm going to finish college before I'm supposed to be done. Finished within 3 years. Like, I was a manifesting maniac. So anything I wanted, I got. So when that didn't happen, I was like, I took it hard to the chest. I was like, okay, I love singing. I love expressing. I love the whole creative process. I love all of that stuff. So I kept doing it, but I started managing Kima in the interim and focusing on getting her out there and connected to her dreams, and while singing songs and putting in her videos for her posts, and I just kept creating in the background the whole time, while they're just popping off, getting famous. I was just like singing songs, and I was like, I think I want to put out my album. I think I want people to hear me sing, and then they heard me. And they're like, oh my gosh, your voice, it's like an angel. It's so warm, it's so soothing, it makes me feel good. And I was just like, that's what I dreamed. I dreamed that people would hear my voice and hear it the way that I hear it. Because I finally got to like my voice and fall in love with my voice. And I was like, oh, that feels so good. That's a really, really sweet, loving, kind, thoughtful voice. It was good when I listened to it. So I was hoping that it would affect people that way. And I get DMs all the time. When's your second part of the album coming out? I love your voice. I've been listening to you every day for a year going to work. And it's just so humbling. And I'm just like, okay, this is great. More and more and more. Let's do more. So I'm a big proponent of expression and feeling really good about how your expression is received, or at least just feeling good that you did it. Put it out there. Maybe everyone's not gonna like it. That's okay. That's okay.
Now you strongly believe, like you mentioned, like you believe in connection, right?
Yeah.
Connection to self and meditation. So what can you expound on, like what benefits like you've seen within yourself, you know what I'm saying, that your connection with yourself and meditation has brought to your life?
Wow. I would say that it wasn't meditation alone. It was hardship, hitting rock bottom, like you lost everything, or you lost a big part of something that you loved. I think that forces you to go within, which is where all the answers are, all the pieces, all the power. And
how long were you there? what I would say rock bottom? Like,
I feel
how did
like
you climb up? What was that time frame?
I feel like music really got me to see another side to life. Get a little vacation from my mind, because at that point I was doing what everyone else does who doesn't meditate. You just like just like cutting yourself down, cutting the situation down. Oh, I should have said that, they should have, all that's nonsense talk. Worrying about something that doesn't exist anymore. Is that psychotic? It's not even happening. Why am I crying right now? Am I trying to relive a horrible moment? No. I don't need to feel bad to feel alive anymore. I can feel great and feel perfect. So I don't need to keep doing that. So I figured that out, that I was doing it to myself. We're all doing it to ourselves. We're all talking ourselves down into different areas. That's why, because if you think about it, you could be in a really bad mood and then listen to your favorite song in the car on your way somewhere and you're like, oh no, right? What happened to the bad thing that happened at the house? Where'd it go?
I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I'll be like, no, I don't like it. You know, but I was just saying, sometimes you want to fight it. You want to fight it. You're just like, no, this feels good, but my shoulder is moving. You know, like,
yeah.
And that's the part that, at least for me, I always feel that it's the hardest thing to do is let go, like let go, because like. It's always in the back of your mind where like, no, like you have to prove a point. But like, do you really? I mean, the older I've gotten, the more I realize and more in tune I am with my emotions. And I feel like once I get to that point where I feel like I can control them completely, then that's a whole different ballgame. You know what I mean? Like your emotions.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? You control if you're able to be able to put like drive, park, neutral, you know what I mean? Like that is a power. You know what I mean? That's a power within you. And in order to achieve that, like, I mean that shit's hard.
What do you have to do to achieve that?
I think in my opinion you have to learn to accept yourself. Accept whatever's coming at you, accept it, and then once you accept it and you're actually able to like let it go, everything, sky's the limit. You know what I mean?
I agree, that is the first part of it. I do think that you have to accept it, for sure, in order to let it go. You also have to understand in your mind that
why it happened?
No, it doesn't really fucking matter.
No, because it already did, right?
I became the happiest when shit would happen. I'd be like, I don't give a fuck.
No, but
you have to not care about so much stuff.
There's the I don't give a fuck, but you do give a fuck, and then there's the it's all right.
No.
Right?
Okay. So things become a belief after 17 seconds. So if you keep repeating something 17 seconds, it's now a belief. You're gonna replicate it in your physical reality. Okay? So if a bad thought comes up, and I already know, okay, I've heard this one before. This one likes to creep in every time someone cuts me off on the highway. This one likes to every time my so-and-so doesn't call me back. So I nip it in the bud. You guys know what that means, right? Nip it in the bud. Right now, I'm getting on the highway to $500 million, and I'm about to create this amazing video where I'm gonna express myself, and people are gonna be uplifted and healed from that. And I don't have time to waste with negativity repeat programs that don't serve me or anyone else. So I'm gonna nip it in the bud. I don't need to feel that right now. And guess what? My body's gonna used to getting that feeling cut off. So by the time it comes up again, I'm gonna see it because I'm present now. I'm meditating. I'm present. When it comes up again and I see it, I'm like, no, I'm going over here. You could go over there with your negative nonsense and stressed out and worried stuff. I'm going over here. I'm going to the beach. I'm gonna write my play or my movie, my new song. I'm gonna think about my new image I'm gonna put out, my flashy new outfit, and inspire other girls to feel beautiful and take care of themselves and love yourself. I don't have time. I'm realizing that I had to draw a hard line, boundaries with myself, with my own ego, because the ego is there to protect you, but we let it get out of hand because it's programmed to get out of hand by others, by schools, by churches, by everything that's in control of things, until you say, I'm turning this damn TV off. I'm tired of being programmed in these concepts that have nothing to do with me. I don't think that about that person. I don't think that about that group. I don't feel that way. So I need to stop putting that in so I can reprogram new, fresh slate with what I'm thinking, with what I want to do, with what I want to feel. You can't take up real estate in my mind anymore unless I allow it.
See, it's funny that she says that, because the other day, I was like, should I react or should I not? By the time that I decided that I wasn't gonna react, he had already left. But that's not where it ends. Usually, whenever I'm having a moment where I'm like, oh shit, like I should have said something or whatever, like I'll try to vent about it, right? I'll try to be like, like it makes me mad that I didn't do anything about it because for some reason I just chose not to. But like this time, it was crazy because I was able to shut that off like instantly. The moment he opened his mouth, I was like, one, I'm not gonna beat the shit out of you because I don't want to beat the shit out of you. And two, you're not gonna invest any type of real estate in my mind. And you know, that power made me feel like, I was like, oh shit. Because the next day I woke up like nothing. Because usually the next day I'll be like, oh, that motherfucker, I hope I don't see him. Because if I see him, like, you know?
Can I tell you something? This is really good because I've been around a lot. I'm very keen on good driving habits, especially people that have like a tinge of road rage or a lot of road rage. I've been exposed to that. I don't have it, and it's because of empathy. Because sometimes somebody's having a bad day, which is, not their fault or is, who knows it, but we can understand that, right? Sometimes they're old. Sometimes they don't understand completely what's happening. Sometimes they're tired from working so hard because they don't have enough money to pay their bills, so they're just trying to get home. So they made a little mistake. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So if you can get to a place where you can relate and you can have empathy for other people on the road, if they're angry and they're just doing that because they're on whatever it is, I just pray for them. Hopefully they get there safely and they don't hurt anyone else.
I want to do the praying. But I was like, I'll let you be.
Because I don't want to waste my energy. This is the thing. Why are you giving power to that person? You shouldn't. Your day is based on what you put out there. If you let this person's actions make you less than what you are, feel less than, because you were probably feeling good before that, now you're waking up, oh, I should have. They have power all the way into your next day.
It felt good not to have them not reacting to it.
Yes, you know why? Because it's low vibration, has nothing to do with you. You're vibrating up here. If you go down here, it doesn't feel good. It will never feel good. So don't do it.
Usually I'll be like, I'll be like so freaking like attached to that emotion for no fucking reason, and then I was like, oh, all right, cool.
That's the ego. The ego's running it. Oh, I should have got him. I should have showed him. I should have been more of a man. I should. What?
I think it had a lot. It had a lot to do with me not having not wanting to invest in any stupid shit.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Like I was like, I'm just gonna let this motherfucker go.
Let your day keep going. Wonderful. Create what you want.
Yeah.
There's gonna be other people creating crazy stuff all around. That's okay. That's their
stuff.
It
would have ruined my night. I had Burger Lounge on my side. I would have messed up my meal.
It's so good to talk about this stuff. It's great to focus on the lesson of it.
Yeah.
The moment that you said, "Oh, I made a good decision," and focus that in your mind. So
it was empowering.
It's empowering. So if it comes up again when you see it, you can be like, "Oh,
right.
I'm not playing with that. I don't want to. I don't contract to have this experience with you. I appreciate you offering it, but I'm good. I'm in my field. You keep going wherever you're going. Be safe. Don't hurt anyone. I'm going over here. I got a party or meeting or some basketball, gym I'm going to do, my day's good. It's going to continue to be good.
Yeah. Because it's been identified.
It's been identified and you made a choice. You had enough time. That's what meditation brings. It brings you enough time to not just react. It gives you a moment to say, do I want to play? You should see me in arguments. Because I can take anyone down quickly. I'm quick, I'm sharp, I know this side, that side, and the inside. Do I want to play right now? How do I do this? Do I go about it gently? Or do I say, stop now?
What is it?
So it just depends.
What if that emotion is caused by when you know you're gonna win? Is it even worth winning?
It doesn't. It shouldn't be important to you to win, because if you're arguing with someone, most likely if it's your family or your friends or your loved one, it's not about winning. It's about us understanding the situation and how we navigate it better in a more healthy manner, so you and I don't get hurt. Because I love you and I know you love me, so let's calmly figure this out. This is how I'm thinking about it. This is how you're thinking about it. Let's see if we can meet in the middle. Let's start there, and let's have a good rest of our day. Because I love you. I don't want you to be hurt. I don't want to do anything that would hurt you. And if I'm saying it that way and it hurts you, please let me know. Let me know what's a bit. Let's figure it out together. Because I love you. I care. And people just say that, but they don't do it. They don't know how to show it in action and communicate it in a healthy manner. Where I don't need to be right. I maybe was wrong. Maybe I said it and I was joking and it was too harsh. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But you know I love you. And I'm human and I make mistakes. We all do. So what we do is learn from it. So it's okay. Right?
Facts. Now, all right. Now we're about to switch it up. Okay. I went all open with right now. All right. But no, it's all good. All right. I love you. Okay. Look at me.
I love you. I love those glasses.
I love you. Through the Gucci's. I love you.
You already know.
All right.
Don't play with me now.
Can you all right, so it's like two-part question, right?
Okay.
So I know when we spoke in the past, I think you had sent me on a video on quantum change. Are you comfortable with talking about that? Like, what is, all right, quantum change with intention. In the past, I think you had sent me a video, I think it was like a YouTube video, where I think it was a woman who was explaining a way of thought or a theory on quantum change with intention. Can you elaborate for those of us who don't know what that is or have any idea what is that? The best way you can explain it.
Okay. I would say, wow. I would say that it affects everyone differently when exposed to the knowledge of going into your past or into the future. I think conceptually we've been conditioned to think that you physically have to go in order for you to see it. But the reality is that you can just see it in your mind and then you're there. And so that little small detail was like, oh shoot, I didn't even think of that. So during the process of the meditation, they teach you how to go into, you basically time travel. You can go into the future and you can go into the past. And that's how you clear past pains and hurts and traumas. And that's how you change the events that happened in the past and bring in new events that should have happened had different decisions been made that would have aligned to make the outcome that you want to happen in the next 7 days. And so we go through this process of, like I was telling you, clear your energy, and then you just go whoop, right outside your body. And I could do it right now. I could just, instead of being right here, I can be in that corner watching us talk, like I just did right now. And so you can go out of your body anytime you want to. when you're sleeping, you're not in your body. Your consciousness, your non-physical is not in your body. You think you're dreaming, and that's what they tell us, it's dreams, but you're actually experiencing, I feel, parallel realities. There's us sitting here drinking, and then there's another aspect of us doing this and we're smoking weed, and there's another aspect of it and we're not drinking at all, and there's another aspect where we're arguing. So the collective between the three of us who have contracted to play this afternoon, we're deciding that it's going to be this, what it is right now. And so if I want to change anything that is happening in my life right now, say I just had a really horrible phone call and I want to delete that call. I want everyone who contracted with me to play and made that call an awful call unconsciously, I'm going to go back and I'm going to change it. So I can go back before the call. I can wipe out whatever childhood trauma happened to me that made me replicate that in my now physical reality. I can take that child with me. I can also take my higher self with me, who is my future self, the perfect me. And we all go together. We clear it. Go back in the past. We clear it. I come back to this now moment. I crystallize the picture of what I wanted to happen. What I can see in my mind, I picture it. Put it on a TV. You see it happening. Take that. You get rid of all the distortions. The distortions are all the things that stop you from being able to manifest the picture that you want. The fear, the concern, the worry, the trauma, whatever it is. You see it in your body. You see it on the screen. You dissolve it off the screen. You take it out of your body. You see it come out of your body. You change the color until it turns golden and white into a gift. Bring it back into your body and see it explode into all of your cells. And now you transmuted that negative energy, that negative event, that energy that's keeping you from your goals into light, into love, into life force that will give you power to manifest what you actually really want. And then I go and I'll go out of here, I'll go to the past, I'll come back here, and then I'll go 7 days ahead and I'll see the picture of what I want to happen. And then I go and I look down and I throw the screen down, the picture down, I lay it out. That's what I claim, declare, not ask, not I'm trying, oh I hope. You're carrying God particle in your body. Start acting like it. Don't just say that. If you really do have God in you, if you really believe that, if you really believe that you are life itself, for sure, then
act like it, bro.
Act like it.
Here we go. No, I'm just saying.
So that's what
we're just saying it.
No, it's so true. I was in a meeting and the head of the meeting of the platform was like, "Well, I hope we can get it done by the end of today." And of course, my Leo self, I was like, "Oh, we're gonna get it done. We don't have to hope. We could just do it." What do you think? What do you think, guys? Can we just do it, or do we have to like hope around and, you know?
It's just honestly, it's the whole fact of being like it's not that you're being soft, but what is it? Being non-combative. You're seeing things for what they are, not for what you think they are. You know what I mean? Right now, you say, "Here we go," right? You could have just been like, "You're right." And
why? Why would I do that?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, well, regardless whether you believe it or not, it doesn't necessarily matter. But here's the kicker. The energy that you use to be like, "Here we go." Like, you know what I mean? You didn't have to use that energy. You could have just been like, "Dude, you're whatever."
Because she doesn't understand the backstory.
No, but there is no backstory, bro.
There's definitely a backstory.
Okay.
For those who don't know.
Okay, regardless whether the backstory exists or not, is it really worth it? Because it's a story.
Yeah.
It's already gone. It's already in the universe. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's all about what you do
but it's not,
right now.
It's not
or the
painting an
future.
accurate picture of what actually happens. So, like, someone who's watching this probably thinks you come as my savior. And that's totally not it. I just don't want people to have the wrong. I'm just sitting here. My job is to interview. Yeah, like my job is to interview.
Bro,
we could talk about the specifics later, right? But like, no, like you're like, it's okay, bro. It's cool.
Okay,
I'll let you shine, brother.
all I'm saying is, God chose me for some miraculous whatever, right? And I have a certain gift. Maybe that gift doesn't necessarily apply to a lot of people, but that's fine. There's certain people that will take it and run with it. And to me, that's a win. You know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily mean that I have to be right or I have to be acknowledged or I have to be like, it's just throwing it out.
Listen, and I love you.
There you go.
Listen.
There you go.
I love you too, bro.
I love you both. You're a Scorpio. You're a Capricorn.
No, Cancer.
A Cancer. Sorry, Cancer. Oh my God.
Yes. I know. I know.
Okay.
I know. See?
Okay. I really know you really, really extra well.
Yeah.
So, I'm very partial to Cancers, obviously. I love Cancers. I feel like we're brother and sister in sentiment and level of care and how deep we go, all the specificity with everything that we see and feel. We're just so into it. We feel all those little movements. We're like, okay, I know why you turned your
particular.
head. It's being in tune and feeling everything in the room, and sometimes it's a lot for us. And we're constantly having to explain why we had to. So I get it. Scorpios are fantastic. A little bit more of a wild card in a way. A little bit more, not in a bad way. In a way that's exciting, exhilarating. It's just like, oh, it's just going. You get a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of stuff too that you feel, and there's a lot of stuff that you don't have to feel. Whereas we don't have a choice. We have to sift through it. We have to, and so it's a little heavier than what you're able to deal with it. It's a little more light. Because you kind of like, you have that. We don't have that. We have to train ourselves into having it.
Yeah.
But it's still all love. It's all love. Truly, truly, truly. But I just witnessed such a beautiful moment. I was like, oh, I can fix this.
She should have told us that last week.
No, it's all good.
Sorry. No, I shouldn't.
No. Before we wrap up this wonderful experience.
Oh wait, I didn't get to tell you about the quantum.
Oh, you did. Okay, well, I mean, if you want to continue, you did. You did because you talked about.
Well, no, that was just going into the past and changing the past to the future.
Right.
That was not about.
That's not the same. That's not.
No, mastering alchemy is about activating your light body. Activating your meaning you have 8 bodies. You have many bodies. There's not just one physical. Like there's the non-physical, then there's an emotional body. There's an astral body. It keeps going. So you can activate your light body, which allows for you to like run the energies in a way so you can get whatever you want constantly. Just powerful. So I was like, I need to learn that. I need to realize if I can be walking around as a human angel, like the.
But how long does it take you to get to that level? Like,
well, I took
like,
that.
is it really like if, say, for instance, 10 scenarios, 10 out of 10. You're 10 out of 10. But what you want in your beliefs and just what you're just saying, right? You're saying like you can have anything that you want, whether it's manifestation, whether it's going back to the past and changing. It's like how accurate is that though? Like
it's extremely accurate. It has a lot to do with your distortions, your level of distortions in your body, your level of blocks, your awareness to them, your ability to maintain a certain high vibration for a long period of time, your ability to control your thoughts and not have any negative thoughts or cause any resistance towards what you want to manifest. I've manifested things in an hour, in minutes. I could be in an argument, and they don't even know.
In real time, you change it.
I'm fucking changing this shit. I was like, I don't like what the hell you just said. Let me soften you. I see where your energy is right now. I'm gonna go meet you on the other side. Our energies, our white lights are gonna kiss, hug, and I'm gonna talk to you in your ear and say, it's not that serious. I love you. Come back. Remember us. Remember us. And then I'll come back into the situation while they're still, and they'll be like, oh, forget that let's go to the beach. I was like, that's what the fuck I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Now, when you get to that point where you can do it during events, when you can do that and see a different outcome, that's when you're like later on in the bathroom or in the bedroom, and you sit down and you're like, oh, shit. Okay. I can do that. So the next day when I meet people and I talk to them, I'm talking to them a different person. I'm talking to them from a person that understands so much more than before. And now we can do a lot more. And now you can't tell me I ain't nothing, because I'm part of the creator of all that is. I appreciate your opinion, but I think we're good. You know? So I feel like all of those instances help to imply and tell you and show you more of what you really are, which is not your physical body, it's your non-physical body, and that's the most powerful, all-knowing, infinite part of you. So why aren't we striving to figure out what that is? Why aren't we telling the kids in school? My dream is to have a mystery school and teach the kids. I just really think it's important that we focus on what we are. I understand we need to know the heart is, the liver, and all that. That's great. But I also want to know energetically, what are we? I don't want to keep hearing about stories in the Bible about this person and that person, and they came down and killed them, and then I found out that the Bible is a metaphor. It says it right in there, and it's a metaphor. That means that everything in the book means something else. So that means that we have to have the whole book transcribed so we can understand how the book is totally talking about us. The whole book is only talking about a human being. All these characters and names, it's naming parts of your body. So for me, personally, the Bible is amazing. I love the Bible. If you can decipher what it's saying and understand it, but it does come through. It's so powerful. The word is so powerful. It still comes through. I still got Jesus' messages. I still understand how to be a good ass person. I do know how to be down for you and forgive and let go of my stuff. I understand. I get it. And I get it because I am in a place of appreciation. I realize the miraculousness that we're even sitting here talking, smoking, drinking, doing whatever, looking hot, smoke, make my podcast. I'm doing my music. Right? We're not amoebas in the water. We're out here playing. So I'm appreciative. I love that. I love that I'm gonna probably go to this really fancy restaurant in Malibu later. So I can't really be mad at you right now or you right now for anything. It's just like, whatever it is, we'll figure it out. It's not that big. You're fear. You know?
The power of being fulfilled. The power of being fulfilled. Because once you're fulfilled, you got enough to give. You got enough to, like, that's why it's so stupid how, like, sometimes we missed out on the opportunity to work on ourselves because we think we're doing something good. But in reality is, like, have you checked in with yourself? Have you checked in if you have enough to give? Because, you know what I mean? Like, the only way for you to give is if you're full. If you're not full, then you're just basically creating stupid shit in your head that is just feeding your ego, feeding the nonsense, feeding the non-purpose bullshit that we create in our heads, you know? Perspective.
Or what that was put in our heads. This is the thing. I get into conversations and arguments with people that I care about, and even people that are just work people, whatever. Even bill people, just conversations. They're still people, so you're having a conversation, right? At the end of the day, I know when I'm gonna win and when I need to I'll just let this one go. It's not that big a deal. Yeah. I can just, but ultimately, we're all just bumbling around Schoolhouse Earth trying to figure it out, right? So just calm down. It's okay. Yeah. It's okay. Just have
It's not that serious.
Yeah, have some fun. Don't take yourself so. It's just, it's a little too much. Like, oh, so and so said mine, blah blah blah. And is anything gonna? The only thing that's gonna happen is if you keep focusing on it and start worrying about what it's gonna do to your life, and then watch it happen because you're in control and you're the powerful one here. So, how much power are you gonna give this in your life? Right? So that's kind of how I see a lot of stuff, you know.
No, that's pretty dope that you say that. I think the hardest problem world, right? When it comes to mentorship, teaching, learning, reception, receiving, is how can you teach me? How can you instruct? How can you be an example when you've never been in my shoes? So it's powerful to know that, like you said, you mentioned, like, I've hit rock bottom, whether it was emotionally or financially, whatever the scenario
all
was.
All the above.
You've been there. Now I can teach. Now I'm going to be even more receptive. Now I'm going to believe what you say because I know what you're telling me is true. And oftentimes it comes across when other people be like, well, you know, you should do it like this, do it like that. But you're speaking from a place of privilege. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not connected, and I can feel it. I'm like, okay, keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you just, but I really appreciate, you know, you being candid. You know what I'm saying? Because when we first met, you know, I know Kima, we all know who she is, right? But I said it's not about her because there's always somebody behind the scenes. What's the machine pushing the vehicle? What's that engine? That's what's important to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you get the actors, the actresses, the musicians, or whatever, they standing on the stage, but it's a whole production team behind you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So where does that strength come from? You know what I'm saying? And like, that's why I be just messing with him. But obviously, you know, this is life. I have my days, he has his days. You know what I'm saying? He pushes me, I push him. You know what I'm saying? And that's the balance. And because I know where he's come from, because he knows where I come from, then it's like, all right, you know, you could call me on my stuff, I call you on your stuff, and, you know, but remember, like you said, I love you.
I love you. Yeah.
I love you. You know what I'm saying? Like, just remember.
We all been through
I want to
stuff.
say something though. I think the biggest thing is, and I'm guilty as well, but I think it has a lot to do of like being more in tune with the empathy side of you, because sometimes, like I said, sometimes things don't, like, as much as like what you said earlier, that like some people have to process certain things and some people don't, right? But I just think that if you look at from the empathy perspective and we focus on what positive energy, aside from us criticizing and talking shit to each other, what positive energies we can flow, that's a whole different ball game. You know what I mean? Because sometimes even when like I may think like whatever, or you may think the same way, there's always some sort of love. There's always some sort of like, okay, I'm telling you this, not necessarily to hurt your feelings, or I'm not necessarily telling you this because of whatever. It's just I'm trying to throw the positive energy over there, but in my way of my way of love, right? So if you take that and you drop it down to that, it's not as bad. You know what I mean? It's not as bad, but you know what I mean? Like I just always think like there are certain people that waste their energy on people that are meaningless, right? But then, and if it matters, but I know like as far as the type of signs that are in this room, right? Feelings is very important to all of us, right? So that those feelings, you don't throw feelings for no reason. You throw only feelings like to certain topics or things that matter to you. And that, like, it's a privilege. You know what I mean? It's a privilege because we don't have to do that. You know what I mean?
Well, this is the thing. I don't know about it. I'm not in 100% agreement with what you're saying. I hear you. But I do think that some of your feelings are programmed. I don't think that some of your feelings have anything to do with you actually at all. You might have saw your mom and dad get angry about that as a kid, so you're just like, oh, we're angry about Republican, you know. You don't know that it's not implanted there, programmed into you. So is it your clear thought, your own?
Yeah.
So I think that's an important time. It's an important time in our lives to really reflect on what we're really thinking and how much of our thoughts are actually
what it really means.
Is it coming from here? Because I can tell you right now the answer for every single altercation I've ever been in, no matter how big or small, the answer always came when I started thinking from here.
Yeah.
When I was like, here, I gotta win, or they can't take this from me, blah, blah, blah. When I was like, oh man, fuck it, let them have it.
Yeah.
I love them. I don't care. I'll just not have nothing. I don't, you know what I'm saying? When you just say, give over to love, I love you. Take it all. I don't care about anything. As long as I can't have you, or you're not with me, or you're not happy, it means nothing. When you can get to that point, and I don't care about being right. I don't give a damn. I'm right enough. Don't worry about me being right now. Right now, I just need to make sure that you're good.
Yeah.
That's number one. And if you're feeling the same way about me, we're going to be fine. We'll be fine every time. There's no way we could fail as a team, as a couple, as a family member, as a friendship, right? So for me, I've learned that lesson. Also giving people space to they are without judgment. We're always so quick to judge. Oh, you're aggressive. Oh, you think you're this. Maybe just hear it and don't think anything. Okay. Just say, okay, it's fine. It's okay. I like that you feel differently than me. That's interesting. What else? How did you get to that feeling? Okay. So, okay. Well, now at least we know when that comes up, I'll be like, okay, you're acting crazy again. But it's okay because we laughed about it. We know where it came from. We know we're working on
Really back in.
It's okay. To me, the answer to a lot of stuff is just either fuck it.
Or burn it down.
Shit anyway. No, I don't. There's no burning. Everything's fine. Either that because there's nothing I can do anyway. It's out of my control at this point, or I don't want to put energy into it to try to. And I'm going over here, or I'm vibrating up here, and I'll see you over there when you're ready. When you're ready to be nice and show love and love yourself and love me and the situation and then I'll be over here waiting for you because I love you. But I'm not going to wallow in the dirt with you. I'm not going to tell me one time what's happening. I'll give you your feedback, and then we are on to solutions, because I'm not doing this other thing, because I already know that's not going to fix it. You're going to make it worse because you're creating it. We're all creating our own experience, and I know that. So I can't play with you like that anymore. We could play over here to fix it. I'm all for it. Let's go. You see what I'm saying? So, and that's a different conversation when someone's venting. It's like, I'm going to stop you. Just tell me one time, because I can't keep hearing that shit. After you're done, can we focus on solutions? Because I want to get rid of this crap, because I don't like to see you feeling bad and horrible and lonely and sad and distraught, and there's no reason for it.
All right. In your opinion, what is the greatest expression of love?
I would say for me is forgiveness. I don't think any human is without mistake. I think it's so important that we forgive ourselves and we forgive other people around us so that we can keep playing. I think it's like a cog in the wheel. It just kind of stifles the growth and the ascension. So I feel like if you can actually be aware of the people that are around you and just like loving them and showing them, no matter what they do, that you forgive them, figure it out. Damn bonehead. I knew you were going to do something crazy, but all right. Right? That feeling, knowing that you can go to someone that you care about and they're not going to be like, oh my God, how dare you? It's important to create a safe space for your fellow human to make seeming mistakes, and then you brush them off together, and then you move on, and you grow from it. These challenges are meant for growth, for expansion, for us to further evolve. That's the whole point of coming back here in the first place. So for me, it's about when you need to forgive someone or yourself. I was acting so damn ignorant. I was hangry or something that had nothing to do with them. I went too far, said something. I'm sorry. And guess what else? Later on, I'm going to be meditating. I forgive myself. Don't do that anymore. You didn't mean that. You know you don't mean that. Take your time. Make decisions before you react. Be clear, because that's someone you care about, so take extra care. Forgive yourself, though. You're human. It happens. We all fall asleep when we're awake. So it's okay. But next time, I'm not letting that happen. I take it so seriously. And if I fall short of it, I'm like, all right, damn it. I know you're Wonder Woman and shit, but don't. Remember, let's put this in place so we don't forget. Let's start meditating more so you could be more on point. You've fallen asleep more often than not lately. That's how that stuff creeps in. You're allowing other people's energies to dictate your own. Put up your energy field more consistently throughout the day. I'm already thinking how I'm not going to let that happen again because I forgave myself. And I forgave you for provoking me to say something crazy. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's kind of, to me, that shows love. When you forgive someone, I feel like that's just ultimate love. The ultimate love is unconditional love. That's the one that we're all trying to get to because that's the only real love that exists. That's how we came into being in the first place. So that's why we're here. We're trying to remember ourselves. Creator wants to experience itself. And so we're like, oh, what are you? Oh, you said that hurt. Oh, that feels really good. Oh, so we're having this physical experience to the Creator because it wants to experience itself now. So we're doing it.
Pretty much. Good job. Good job, Miss Cody. Right. No, that's the
bars.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the conclusion of our show. As we always do, it's a tradition of ours to open up the microphone, the table discussion to our guests, our hosts, to share any parting words of wisdom, encouragement, whatever it is on your heart with our listeners and viewers. And, you know, we're going to be hospitable. And we're going to offer the microphone to Ms. Cody Ray. Is there anything you would like to share with the listeners and viewers?
I want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate you giving me this opportunity to share myself, to also having me refocus on the things that are important to me. Because I'm always focused on what's important to everyone else in the spotlight. And so this is really the first time I've ever gotten on and talked about me and what I'm thinking and why I do what I do and what I'm inspired by. So I'm eternally grateful because this is my first moment of this. So, thank you from the heart. And I just want you to know that I think that these talks are vitally important. So what you're doing is incredible. I think that we learn from other people just by hearing about their experiences and their perspectives. I know everything I've learned, not everything, but a lot of it is from hearing someone talking about it or telling me. So I think that's vitally important that you're doing that. I love it. And the last thing is that you have really great, amazing energy too. I feel like you have so much to offer as far as perspective on how people in the industry should be acting and thinking and I didn't expect you to be like this. Like, you're super informed and your thought process is like very aware. And I'm like, oh, he gets it. Oh, he knows that. Oh, he's figuring it out. So I feel like I know where you are, and I just want to give you accolades too, as far as trying to figure all that stuff out and being in this with him to get that message out. Like, it's powerful. It's powerful.
I appreciate it.
So I'm just so grateful to both of you guys. And you introduced me to Kathy. It just turned out to be just an angel in disguise. So beautiful. And so I guess I would want to part with have fun. I worry about some things sometimes, and the moment I start thinking about worrying about something, I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna have fun. Because we can spend a whole lot of time on stuff that doesn't feel good and then end up with more stuff that doesn't feel good. So if you just start focusing on having fun, enjoy. My slogan is follow your highest excitement. I tell all my influencers, my kids, I tell them all, follow your highest excitement. Okay, I don't want to hear it. Just follow your highest excitement. More things will come. You're creating it. Just don't worry about it. You'll see. It's coming. I do feel like a bit of a sage from that perspective because I've seen it and I've done it and I'm like, don't worry about that stuff. I'm telling you right now, just go out and meet your girlfriend. Right? And they're like, oh, I had the best night ever. Today's going to be great. You're doing it. So just remember, empower yourself. Remember that you're doing it. So if you're doing the stuff that's happening that's bad, you can undo it and do stuff that's good that's going to serve you and everyone around. So that to me is the leaving comment or message.
Well, first, I want to say thank you. It's always it's always amazing, like finding kind souls and that can relate and that can bring a lot of like awareness to certain things that I feel like our audience benefits from. So with that being said, empathy. I think empathy is definitely the key of everything. No matter whether it's something that you're practicing on yourself or you're practicing on somebody else, you never go wrong with that because it's just an opportunity to grow. So thank you for listening, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Most def. And once again, thank you for being here. Thank you for being our guest. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? So I owe you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always got your back. Whatever you need, whatever assistance. I would say, instead of looking for differences, let's look at what we have in common. All right, let's take the resources and the tools, our personality traits or whatever, and come together as a community. I think that would be my word, community, because it takes a community to get anything done. There is no such thing as a one-man team. But that being said, I'm your boy Drew. We are Option 4 Podcast. We love you. We thank you. We'll see you guys next time.